You may remember that I stumbled upon this video on YouTube and it was entitled "What is Community to Cru?" And I think it's important just to emphasise again at this point that this word cru here isn't the same kind of crew that we talk about almost every day. I think cru stands for some kind of religious organisation in South America. But our daily learning target revolved around I can use resources to make inferences about community. And we had a discussion about what inferences meant. And in this instance, and in often when thinking about history, we're thinking about what something suggests and what messages or symbols they contain, what hidden meanings are there within something. And so we had the task: what does the video tell us about any hidden meanings about community? And we had to look through the video for any signs that existed, any hidden signs or something that was really clear. And you'll remember when we did some written work, we had to include some certain phrases in our work. For instance, we had "this could suggest." We also had other words like "this could symbolise," or "this could imply something." And we got those words into a piece of work, but that was our first draft, and I want to use this video to help us to improve that. You remember that we played the video a couple of times, and the video starts by showing people actually on their own, and students noticed this by emphasising that the videos began to increase in size of numbers, and this linked to the community also. And I'm just going to pause it just a moment in order to help us to zoom in on the different aspects. So, as previously mentioned, the video starts with certain individuals, and some are young, some are old, some are female, some are male, and some are clearly from different countries. So here we've got somebody in Paris, and here we've got seemingly all people in the background there are seemingly from an African country maybe, or a South American country. And this emphasised to us that community wasn't about being on your own, it wasn't about being isolated. And some of you actually made a reference to the very busy train station and actually talked about how communities are often quite difficult maybe to form in extremely busy places, particularly at a train station where people are coming from all over the place to get to other destinations. But some students actually said that that didn't mean that community didn't exist just because somewhere is busy. And then there's a key part in the video that shows some kind of cooperation. Students picked up on this man here who had passed him maybe some kind of books that are in a plastic wallet there, and there was some kind of conversation going on. And we made specific reference to how facial expressions are really important with regards to sending positive messages to people. A smile or a nod or friendly body posture was really important in terms of thinking about community. And then students began to think about, if you remember, how from this moment onwards, some of the messages became really clear, and this revolved around how people began to come together and show more positive aspects of community. And here we can see people signs of togetherness and family and things like that. So increasingly we've got symbols that represent togetherness and enjoyment and sharing experiences, working towards a common goal maybe, having a shared sense of responsibility and achieving aims. And increasingly these symbols began to represent some of the key aspects of what a community meant. And so if we zoom in a little bit further, we can see that, let's take this one away, we can see that here we have an aspect from our discussions where people spoke about how this man here seemingly was consoling this guy there, and we talked about how some students in class had lost people in their families and people they cared about, or maybe someone had fallen ill and they got the care and support from other people, and this care and support was really important in helping them to get through it. So therefore we were able to make links back to what a successful community was. This still from the video was interesting because it emphasised how people could use technology, and it showed how people don't have to be within touching physical distance to be part of a community nowadays. Conversations can still continue even when overseas in a different country or a different continent, but that communication was really important for successful communities. And then increasingly towards the end of the video, we had some clips that seemed to be from families or some kind of special event. Maybe it was a celebration of some kind, or maybe it was a remembrance of something. But some students made links back to what made a successful community by talking about how links could be made to things that have happened in the past or celebrations of the present. And then one of the images that resonated the most, because that was a question, if you remember, that I posed, which part of the video resonated with you the most? And many students talked about this clip here. And remember, going back to those key phrases, we use words like this could symbolise or this could suggest, but we also use words like and phrases like facial expressions, and how facial expressions and body language is really important in a community. You can see here that there's some kind of warmth between the people. We can see that they're touching each other, and again this might represent some kind of friendship. We can see that the people here are smiling. So again, all these different aspects within the video, some hidden, some much more clear, but it helped us to make inferences from the video to kind of strengthen what is understood by a successful community.